How do you like that? The digital camera doesn't even need special lighting.
Looking off camera toward me, or do you want to
just look at me?
Okay.
Okay. We're talking to Bob Whitmore, who's the CEO of stimTVNetwork. Welcome to Etopia Media Entertainment News Network.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit in synopsis form about what transpired at this panel and what points you were making.
Well, I think that the panel was basically focusing on what they called the tsunami that's happening of media availability, the sort of new populist capability for producers of content to get their content heard and to break away from the sort of stranglehold that the traditional business-oriented media companies have had on media up until this point.
Talk specifically about stimTVNetwork and what its model is and how it participates in that process.
Well, stimTV provides a forum. Our first initiative is stimTV Music, which you can get to at stimTV.com and go in and experience it firsthand. We've signed most of the independent bands and independent labels that are focusing on these emerging groups that don't have a forum on MTV or the traditional media outlets, and it allows our viewers to surf through a whole bunch of, in a matter of minutes, different options that they have for media for their favorite bands. And when they like something they see, they click on it. We say it's quick until you click, and they have a chance to go deeper and find out all about that particular band, and then have a transaction where they can buy it on Amazon or iTunes or whatever strikes their fancy.
Who's paying whom in this ecosystem?
Well, in this instance, our independent bands, for example, our content providers, get free exposure on stimTV, and the transactions that occur, we get a piece of. When there's business that happens, it's free to the viewer, it's free to the artist, and they take it from there in terms of what the consumer wants to purchase. We take a piece, like in a sense, like eBay. We're the facilitator between a buyer and a seller.
And instead of an object, it's art or it's content that's being offered.
Yes, and we're going to have various channels that we're going to be launching in the second quarter. stimTV Cinema, and we're also going to be launching stimTV Shop, and practically any category of interest that you can imagine becomes, in a sense, a virtual channel on our modality.
Talk a little bit about the larger picture here. How much media can people consume?
Well, of course, that's the big issue. There's what we have, media overload that everybody's been talking about here at this conference, and so there's this huge surf that needs to be navigated. People talk about search, and I think here at this convention we've been talking about navigation, making it easy for the consumer to navigate this broad, vast amount of material based upon their particular interest. It's a viewer-centric. It's no longer an internet user. It's becoming an internet viewer, and the internet's becoming an entertainment modality, and the focus has to be on the audience or on the individual viewer. That's why stimTV's model is unicast.
Now, if the problem is for the consumer is too much choice, what's the problem for legacy media corporations under this system?
Well, the legacy media corporations have a new way to get their legacy media out there. As you know, the major studios only can afford to promote the particular new product that they're doing, and a lot of the legacy material gets left in the lurch because it doesn't pay for them to do the big campaigns to get to those niche audiences. And niche audiences today can be in the millions, but it still isn't cost effective. On stimTV, the niche finds the material, and it's free for the content provider until there's a transaction. So it's not an issue of being able to afford it. I believe that the internet, when it comes to media, is really the aggregation of niches. This is going to be the niche is king. It's a kind of a populist movement, if you will.
Okay, talk about the next 6 months from stimTV's point of view. What are you expecting to be happening?
Well, that's an exciting question. We're moving from our beta version to our version 1.0 on music. We're launching cinema in the second quarter, and we're launching stimTV Shop at the end of the third quarter. We're creating a bunch of different alliances. We've signed signed, as I've mentioned, most of the independent labels. We've signed most of the major studios, including Disney and 20th Century and others. And so we're aggregating tens of thousands of titles this year to provide to our viewers.
And how can people contact all that?
They just go to stimTV.com, STIM, as in stimulate, TV.com.
Great. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.